Hi folks, welcome to the channel and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to take a quick look at the HS-TA423 from Aiwa. Looks like a fairly nice auto reverse radio cassette player, and you can see the AM and FM on the side there, and it's got a 3-band EQ as well, auto reverse, super bass and Dolby. So it should be quite a nice little unit really. It is complete with its battery cover. It's missing its belt clip, but that's not the end of the world, I guess. But I thought what we'll do is take a quick look, see if it actually works and see if we can get it up and running. So to that end, we'll just put some batteries in, see if the terminals are any good and if it's got any power. So we'll drop a couple of batteries in there now. And I'll just hook up, we've got the battery light on, that's a bonus, that's good. And in the headphone jack, oh there we go. Just got some trusty old Sanyo speakers just there. So the volume is just on the side. Okay, so we've got radio. Let's just see if we can tune this a little bit. Yeah, that's working pretty well, to be honest. Good stuff. Right, okay, so that's the radio. We'll take that for a minute. And onto the oh, interestingly enough, it also plays metal tapes as well, so quite nice. You've got the chrome and metal and normal positions, mono, stereo for your radio. But anyway, that's tape. Listen to that. Oh dear. Let's just look at the spindle, see what's happening there. Nothing. Rewind, nothing. Fast forward, nothing. But you can definitely hear the motor spinning up. So I would imagine it's probably one primary drive belt for everything there, and it's obviously turned to goo or slipped off or something. So I think it'd be time to crack it open and see what we can see. Okay, the first thing then is to get the back cover off. So how do we do that on this? Well, there's switches on there which are mounted into the back as well. There's your Dolby, in fact. So I'm just going to see if I can pick these switches out gently. That's proper fiddly. So, best laid plans, try to protect it, but it's going to have to be a little screwdriver. Right, there's that one. So that pops out. Interesting. Right, 2 more on the side. We'll try and get these off the same sort of way. Just very careful. Okay, I don't know where that went. So next one. Okay, note to self. I'm going to take the batteries out as well. And I might be back in about 3 days because I've now got to try and retrieve one of these tiniest little clips from somewhere in the workshop.
3 days later.
So there we go then, just the other side of my workbench. One of the boxes of personal stereos, which I've just picked up here. And what did I see? Just in here, look, is that tiny little clip. I promise you that's exactly where it landed. So I'm just going to get some tweezers now and carefully retrieve that. And then we'll be back to trying to get the back off this personal stereo. So there's the piece that went flying across the room, and interestingly I'd spent hours before looking for this tiny little thing, and that's actually off the back end of a WM22 Walkman, and that went shooting across the room the other week and I couldn't find it anywhere, and there we go. So I found that as well. What an absolute bonus. Rightio then, so we've got the little switch clips off there. And what else? So there's some screws to come out. Right, that's the screws out. Okay, next job by the looks of it. There we go. There's the front cover, back cover I should say. Right, so next job then is, let's have a look, smaller screwdriver still, because we've got a tiny screw on the board just there. So we'll get that out. I can only see the one, but there is also a shield that goes around here, and I think it might be easier to desolder it from the board, I think. Yeah, rather than trying to unpeel it. It looks like it goes all the way underneath and around, I think. So it'd be easy to unpick this with the soldering iron. And then hopefully, looks like there might be some play on these ribbon connectors. So we should be able to loosely detach them, and that should just give us enough leverage, one would hope, to be able to get to the belt. Well, I can't see any more screws, but there are a couple of little tags there. Right. Yeah, there's the old. Okay, well, we found the old belt though, look. Okay, well, we might at least have managed to get that out before it's turned to complete goo, which is going to help. No good for telling us what length we need though. So basically the board's away, but we're held in by these cables here which stop us coming up that way. We've got the red, white and black ones which are preventing us coming up any further that way. We've got the ribbon which kind of stops us anyway, but we're more inclined now to be trapped by these very, very delicate radio wires, so I don't want to disturb those. So basically what it means is we need to feed the belt over those pulleys. Now we've got one flywheel there, we've got another one there because it's auto reverse, so we've got two capstans, and there's another pulley there. Now whilst normally, okay, it needs a little wipe, I can get in there to give that a wipe, but I don't know what the belt size is supposed to be, or indeed the belt routing, so I can't even get in there with tweezers and put it on. Sometimes manufacturers can be helpful and put the belt routing on the underside of the circuit board just there, but no such luck in this instance. So I might just have to go away and research that very quickly and see if I can find out the belt pathway, and then hopefully we can get one on without damaging any more of these cables. If I was to find a belt, you can see it goes around one capstan, around the other one, around this pulley here, and down to the motor. So it's fairly long and fairly intricate trying to get that in there with tweezers and what have you. But anyways, let's just see if we can get this back together now and see if it works. Fast forward, rewind, direction. Good stuff. I happen to know the other side of that tape's not at all recorded well, so the fact that it's reversing anyway is fine. Brilliant. Good, well we've got that working. So let's get it back together then and see if we can just clean it up a little bit. One's very slightly different on the back. So here it is then, the HS-TA423 from Aiwa. and it was in pretty good condition. It just needed a belt change really. Turned out to be a little bit fiddly, but we found one that was long enough and thin enough in the end to go around all those pulleys, because of course it's an auto reverse one. So anyway, that's installed now. We'll just check the radio, make sure that still works okay. Yeah. Not the best reception in here, but we know the radio's working fine. It's tuning. Of course, it normally uses the actual headphones as the aerial anyway, which obviously we haven't got at the moment. So next thing then is we'll just try the tape, and it's on tape now. I've also cleaned the heads and indeed the capstans and that as well. So just finding the tape to put in, and we'll just try this real quick. There we go. And play. And direction. And back. Sweet. And fast forward and rewind. Yeah, lovely. It's absolutely fine now. It's working a treat. So there we go then. Very, very short video, short and sweet, but that's how you get the auto reverse Aiwa TA423 belt on. Without the radio, it's normally a lot easier because you can actually get the board away, but because we were pinned on all four corners, including the radio antenna wires and stuff, just meant it was a bit of a tight squeeze, to say the least. So gentle sort of tweezers and fingers poking around in there, just trying to get that belt on. But there we go, all done. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you found that useful. And please subscribe, hit the notifications bell for updates. We've got loads of different stuff on here. Old games, boom boxes, personal stereos, 8-track stuff, all kinds of stuff. So it'd be great to have you on board. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.